Okay, I'm an artist with Anatomy of Sound guitar picks. I love them. I play them all the time. And I was thinking, since 2002, I think, I've either worked or performed at the Namm show. And so this year, I was asked, along with other artists, to make a video for them. And so, like a lot of these brands will have, they will have their own videos, like I've shown you. I'm in here somewhere, and I was just wondering, does this keep my record intact?
Thicknesses to get the best ergonomics. We played around with the contours.
Nice. Get it. Last year leading up to Namm, there I am. So it doesn't play like a big fat pick. It's amazing how comfortable and how this feels. So check it out. It's their new Heart Attack picks, and I play with them as well. Let's go to brands. And this is just stream of consciousness, but the first thing that caught my eye, I like the people and I like the Supro products. I don't play them, but I think they're great. They were bought by D'Angelico and Pigtronics as well, and they're all under the Bond Audio umbrella. So that's who they're working for, and so that's a new thing for me. D'Angelico, Supro, Pigtronics, all under that Bond Audio umbrella, and they've got some cool products available. One thing I liked from last year was the could be Pigtronics, but the looper they had. Speaking of cross companies, I like mono gig bags, the mono bags. That's what I use. They're great. So I couldn't find them, and they are, it seems, unless I'm the last one to the party, they are under the umbrella of BandLab Technologies now. So there's mono, you got Teisco, Heritage, and Harmony. So maybe a company to watch in the future. Not all companies participated in this. For instance, I didn't notice Fender. I'm really into Suhr guitars, did not notice them. LSL guitars. So a lot of people are participating, but a lot aren't. Then again, if you're on social media, it's fun to follow Suhr, and they're showing their different models. So they're kind of using the season to promote. So Gibson, check this out. This is cool. Not new news, but I knew they were handling Kramer, you know, the 80s guitars. Kind of cool that Kirk Douglas from the Jimmy Fallon show got his guitar. Nancy Wilson got her guitar. Epiphone, give her a Gibson, come on. Anyway, where'd they go? I think it was announced this year. Yeah, Mesa Boogie. I think they're the first original boutique amp company, started off in California. They are now bought and owned by Gibson. But the cool thing, if I understand right, and please correct me, is Randy Smith and all the employees kept their jobs, and Randy Smith is still running it. So hopefully they have a certain autonomy to keep the brand and vision the way they see it. So that'll be interesting to watch. It's a new thing that just happened. Yamaha had some killer content this year as well. This is new. You can plug a microphone into this as well. It's a practice amp, acoustic amp, desktop amp. This is cool, but you can see the production is awesome on this. I wanted to hear somebody play this amp in a room, and there are videos on this site. All right, I finally found it. This is the video I was looking for. Check this out. There's just a little bit. That sounds pretty cool to me. Awesome. Speaking of Yamaha, they own Line 6. I'm a big fan of Line 6 because they help us working guitars make money. They are a fantastic product line. I've played a Helix for the last 4 or 5 years. This is do anything you want kind of modeling, and it includes IRs, but recently I got a Stomp. I'm going to be doing a video soon to show you what I'm going to be doing with it, but I'm a big fan of Line 6 sound designer Ben Adrian, and I actually watched him and 3 other people do a Zoom round table, and it was a lot of fun, and they were basically saying they're not announcing anything, and they will when it's available in stores, and it doesn't feel like Namm. It is, but it's not. So this came out, and I think it got leaked. It's a Line 6 HX Stomp XL. I got this from Gear News, by the way, and it's a bigger Line 6 Stomp. Look at all the all the inputs and outputs are behind. Really smart that I think this actually recedes in and out with a spring, so you push it in and out, and it hides the volume knob, which is great. On the Helix at the LaRev show, we actually disabled that. And I'm a little worried about the knob on the Stomp, but we'll see how that works out. Anyway, up and down, you've got 4 knobs. I think you can use up to 6 blocks on your footprints, and there's an independent tap and tuner. That's really, really neat. Not a fan of the plug-in cable. I wonder if they change it or if it's the same one. And also, for working guitars, for the outputs, I kind of wish there was an XLR output. It's not on the Stomp and it's not here. I do know when I'm at a gig, sound guys, they want an XLR output. So I will be carrying a 1/4 inch to XLR to give to the front of house in case they need it. But this is pretty cool. Super impressed. More is more. This is going to be awesome. Like I said, I'm into the original small Stomp. It came out in 2018. I'm late to the party, but check out what I'll be doing with it soon in a new video. We're on line6.com right now. I wanted to show you something. Oh, fire. All right. Read your safety notices. Let's just double check and see if they put there's the Podgo, HX Stomp, HX Effects, and the Helix family, and I'm not seeing Firehawk. I'm not seeing so far the Stomp XL. So yeah, probably got leaked. Not cool, but exciting. This is kind of cool. So the trend is subscriptions, right? I mean, gosh, how many extra Netflix type of subscriptions did you get this lockdown? Anyway, every year it's different subscriptions for this and that. And this one actually looks cool because they just let you into their universe for $14.95 a month or $164.95 a year. Basically 15 times 12 is 180. So you're saving about $15 if you pay the yearly price, but that's kind of worth it. I use Notion. I do use Notion. It's fantastic. It's like it's my notation program, like Finale or Sibelius. Am I saying that right? Anyway, I use Notion. It's very friendly to guitarists, and I can't seem to mess anything up. I really like it. But their Studio One, they got a new version. It looks like I use Logic, but their Studio One, great reviews. It looks like they've got some sample libraries involved with this and masterclass videos and promotions. So I don't know, maybe Universal Audio will do that because I'm all in with the Universal Audio. I love them, but this is pretty cool. All right, Gator, we need more guitars, right? The problem with more guitars is where to put them, especially when your wife doesn't let you leave them in the living room. So Gator Company, Gator cases, pretty cool. All right, $39.99. Check this out. It's a bag and you hang your guitar in your closet. Now, most of you, I'm sure, are like me. We're in a home studio and we take out the closet doors of that studio to give us bigger access to put gears in. But I still have my this hanger. I still have that bar hanging there. I can hang some guitars. And then they also came out with, okay, I found that you had to go to their Gator Frameworks part of their Gator site. But this is what I'm talking about. These closet hanger yokes. That's just great. I mean, it goes under that category of why didn't I think of that, right? Here's another thing I wanted to show you. A lot of companies are making these now instead of music stands. And maybe this isn't the best example, but this part goes flat. And then, you know, for load in and load out, it collapses. I seem to need something like this for my mixing board when I'm doing small gigs with my band or even a solo gig. So I've been keeping my eye out for stuff like this, and that's pretty cool. I watch this every year because I wanted to see if this idea would take off. And I watch this every year. Lion Healy. All right, this came out, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago, 2 years ago. I heard great things about it. It's kind of like the Variax guitar where you can emulate the tone of any guitar. No latency. It doesn't sound very digital from what I understand. And imagine you just take your one guitar and get a tele sound out of it. Strat sound. I don't know, maybe Old Martin. I wanted to watch it. I thought it would take off. It didn't. Still around. I think it's pretty expensive. I think it's around $600, and that price may have been dropped down from the original price. Not too sure about that, but that has not taken off. Just stuff I like to watch on my end. So pedal boards. What did I see? This. All right, Next Tone Special Guitar Amplifier. I heard this. Can't find a video right now, but check this out. Next Tone Special Guitar Amplifier. Kind of nice.
We don't just want to hear a great amp. We want it to truly feel and act like one. To explore why and how these iconic amps
Sounds really good. Sometimes with these really good sounding amps, nothing against anybody, but I want to hear how it cuts to an audience out in the front of the house, how it translates to a front of house audio system. Because a lot of times if you're doing in-ear stuff, it sounds like God in your ears, but it's not cutting outside. There's some kind of phase issue as well. And that depends on how good or not good the sound company you're working with is. Dark Glass Electronics. So I've been using their Neural DSP plugin for my bass tracks that I do here in my studio. And I love it. So I was like, oh, let's just see what Dark Glass has. And I found this Element Cabism. So I think this is kind of cool. It's $349, a bit on the expensive side, but it's pretty cool in that you got 5 cabinet simulations. As an audio interface, you can also use this XLR output to the front of house. So using the cab simulations, you can put your pedal board, couple pedals in front of this, and think of your pedal board as your amp, I guess, and come out of this to the front of house because they have an XLR out. And I think that's pretty cool. So you're basically bringing your own DI boxes, which is something I like to do. I use the Blue Box by Blue Guitar, and it saved me a few times. And like I said, you can also use this as an audio interface. And then, rehearsing. Sometimes you show up for a rehearsal and it's just a small situation. And lately, sometimes you show up in a rehearsal in a studio and they just want you to do in-ears. Perfect. Minimal equipment lugging around. Anyway, I'll be watching that. That's kind of cool. All right, so there's some gear news, some gear that caught my eye, and as always, just my honest opinion of what I think's happening gear-wise and my insights. So hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. You have until the end of February to check out this Namm Believe in Music site, and there is gear like we talked about, but don't forget, there's stuff like Artist TV with a lot of conversations that you might find insightful. Gear TV. Like I said, you just keep clicking on this and go down the rabbit hole, and it's a lot of fun. Until next time, this is Mundo, and aloha.